Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance. We are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. To throw is Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a first down. The Ravens had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
From the 36, Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Jackson looking to throw on third. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. He's got some breathing room. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Partner, you know, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 33 yards that time.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hey, middle.
Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 39, Tua. That swung out to Mostert. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Tell me I didn't just see these first 2 possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh? Worse? Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
I'm going to go.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On play action, here's Tua. Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Here's Mostert. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Tua. And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling the back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. And he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jackson going to keep it running right. And he'll get this one up to the 26. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay finding room at midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. He'll get that out wide to Duvernay. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To throw again is Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They go play action now. Jackson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. And Tucker missed it left. Normally reliable, this time no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Looked like he might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash, because you've got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd and 7, Tua. They're going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You let them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. So a good grab there. And here's a guy, he had to learn the offense quick, just picked up as a free agent earlier this week.
And usually there's a connection, isn't there? A past coach, someone from the front office who knew him from before and thought that he could help this team.
Tua now on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson dancing to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From his end zone, Wilson. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score?
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with a football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Throwing is Bridgewater. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. He'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now back to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a fourth and long. So an interesting decision at this stage of the game to go for it. You think maybe that missed field goal earlier had anything to do with it?
If it did, I'm really surprised because usually one miss is not enough to alter your game plan. My only thought is maybe he got hurt, or maybe they just understand that it's not his day for some other reason we don't know right now. But in general situations, you run him back out there and let him have another chance.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
They'll go option to the short side.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. From the gun, it's Drake. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jackson now. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing is Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. Tucker's kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the... Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the third time. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Open man is Waddle, complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to have it here just past the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Being chased out left. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
They'll run here with Edwards. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Jackson going to run.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year.
And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Jackson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now it's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And my goodness, another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater steps away to his left. And some room to work. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Bridgewater now. And now here's another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew the passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles. and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop. Now Dobbins again on second down. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. The Ravens send their punter out now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above.
The Dolphins are lining up for a two-point conversion.
Bridgewater will try and throw. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when we score on special teams, 93%.